It's funny.
Supreme Rising. You already know the vibes. It's early as shit. It thunderstormed last night, so I had to come out here and like check on shit. You know, I've been building outside and my garden and all that, so I had to come outside and make sure. But it's super wet and cool, so I can't wait for it to warm up. I don't like the cold. All right, what this video about right here? This video right here, yo. I always see people saying dumb shit. And it's dumb to me because it's a waste of time. You know what I'm saying? Like, people be wasting time. And I'm watching the world. So the world consists of men and women. I'm watching the men and women tear each other apart as far as character and concept. You know what I'm saying? And you know how they say sometimes you talk too much, you miss the blessing. Let that marinate right there. You talk too much, sometimes you miss the blessing. What does that even mean? As a culture, right, we are at disarray. Our children is coming up with this different type of energy. We come from a different type of energy. You know what I'm saying? The stability as far as our culture is out of whack. We're talking about spirituality and divine this and divine that and ancient this and ancient that. We always tapping into everything else but what it is. Don't let this shit go over your head. People who know me, who've been dealing with me like behind the scenes and shit like that. Like, we might not be extra communicative on social media like that, but we deal with each other behind the scenes, right? And men and female alike will tell you that I treat them with a level of respect and love that should be natural. Our language of communication, our love language is helpfulness. Now, despite how the world has treated us and the things we have acclimated to our character for defense purposes, fight or flight reasons and stuff of that nature, it still doesn't change the essence of who we are as a culture. So yeah, we get in our flesh, we see sexy, we're like, oh my God, yo, she's gorgeous and da-da-da-da, I want to do things. You know what I'm saying? Well, this is a good way for the fellas to test themselves. You know what I'm saying? This is how you test yourself as a man. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like you're not used to seeing sexy body parts. You can go to any social media and on the planet, anything on the planet, and you're going to see a booty, a hourglass shape, and some titties. Makeup on the face. You're going to see that. It doesn't even matter, right? With that understanding, that means it's too prevalent for the reason of the circumstance of what we should be taking on right now. What is that? That means it's a distraction. So it would be imperative for you to see all these spaces where there can be something to fill in. Don't you think we are tired of hearing people say that we struggle so much as black men? Like, we go through so much, like, you know what? Black men take the most. You know what I'm saying? And that's real. But now it's time to start looking at things in a different. Behind the scenes, you can be super helpful without trying to obtain sex from a woman. You can be super helpful with the design and the function of stability without trying to gain something from a woman. And majority of the time, the women they're so scarred by these type of energies that they automatically prejudge before the help can happen. So even for the women, you got to be more open for something and be more analytical. You got to like listen, pay attention, and be slow to speak and quick to listen. You got to be more slow to speak and quick to listen so you can hear the intentions behind what a person is trying to do. And I'm speaking to both men and females because this is an opportunity for men to step up. You can be polite. You can tell a woman she's beautiful without trying to get anything from her. You can tell a woman you appreciate her and the things she's doing with whatever she's doing is great. It's awesome. She has a power with her. You can instill this confidence in her by showing her that you appreciate whatever she's trying to do in her life. As a man, show respect to that woman. And also, women, stop prejudging the men, putting them in these standpoints of circumstances and feeling like it's an indifference with the connection with you because you have a fucked up mouth. You know what I'm saying? You want to say everything in the world that doesn't represent the value of that man truly, because you want to seem as if you pointed something out before it happened or whatever. And that's not even a reality. We don't judge. We're not judges. That brings us down. When you start to judge and step into the power of the Most High, you're being disobedient. So stop doing it, because you speak life. It's not your power to always point out the negative in a man. A man gonna fuck up on his own. A woman gonna fuck up on their own. You ain't got to say nothing. Let them do that on their own. It's a fact. Let them do that on their own. You don't need nobody telling us what's going on out here. You can see it. And once you see it, stand on the fact that that's messed up. Don't be the one to destroy it before it happens. All that build to destroy concept, we gonna destroy this bullshit and build anew. You dig what I'm saying? And fellas, if you vibing with me, believe me, respectable women appreciate it. They appreciate the attention and the value. Believe me, this is not something new. It just dawned on me to actually speak on it. But this is what I've been doing for the last whatever years. Correcting myself as far as how, believe me, back in the day, I would have been like, yo, mine was good. You know what I'm saying? But I'm more respectful. You know what I'm saying? I'm more respectful, and I'm more in tune to what's going on around, so then you can play the right role for the right situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, you being the first person to think you can outsmart a man as far as getting a woman, you corny. You corny. It's like, yo, I'm going to play this role and I'm going to get it first. Y'all niggas is corny. It's not a first thing. It's not a such thing as first, second, and third no more. If she grown, she out here, her first, second, and third is already gone. That's irrelevant. So you trying to do that to another person, that means you're trying to uplift your confidence like the rubber what you have for yourself. We're not doing this female things. As men, we're not doing that no more. So niggas be in the background like, I'll be cool with this nigga just so I can get close to these females. Like, niggas are corny. For real, like big corny. Like, let me get close to the nigga that seems like he's pulling energy. You know, that whole animalistic value, the true alpha male and other males who don't have that characteristic trait, they want to be with an alpha male, how they move. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't make you an alpha male. That's something you have to know how to do. You got to have been a lone wolf for a long time. Like, I can't just make you an overnight lone wolf, my nigga. It ain't gonna work like that. You know what I'm saying? It's innate abilities that come with a person who can move by themselves, who can stand by themselves. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm at with it. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't trying to hold you. I'm just trying to show you something. But men, you know what I'm saying? Like, all this bravado, it's time to put it down. The world, if the world was going to uplift you, you would have been uplifted. Now it's time for us to uplift something. That's where you're going to get the power from, uplifting what's yours and making it what's great. If we take that energy back from what people think is great and we uplift this energy to greatness, it's gonna be great. Period. ... I ain't trying to hold you, just trying to show you something. You already know the vibe. Supreme Rising, man. It's Naga right here. Holla.